Caregivers do so much for their loved ones that they often neglect their own needs. And here to tell us about caring for the caregiver is Inspired Living Regional Sales Director, Patricia McGraw. Hello, Patricia. So, Inspired Living, tell us a little bit about that before we get into the caregivers aspect of our segment today.
Certainly. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Inspired Living offers senior living options for families. We offer independent living, assisted living, and memory care. My particular region that I support is from Tampa down to Bonita, which includes St. Petersburg, Sun City, Bradenton, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota.
Busy kind of day for you.
I love it.
Oh my gosh. Caregivers. Obviously, we know that it's very prevalent to have a family member be a caregiver. How prevalent is it? And it's typically a loved one of some nature.
So it's more prevalent than we actually realize because over 44 million people in the United States provide some type of caregiving for an aging loved one. And when you're in that role, sometimes you don't realize you're in the caregiving role.
It's kind of a natural thing that you fall into a lot, you know?
It is, because you want to take care of your family member, you
Sure.
love them, and you provide the best love and care that anybody can.
Absolutely.
So it's a really important role.
Absolutely. Now, from your personal experience too, who is the average caregiver?
So the average caregiver is usually a daughter, but sometimes it's a son, but the majority of the time it is a daughter in her late 40s, around 49 years old. She has a husband and children of her own, and she has aging parents that she's also trying to help. So a lot of juggling going on.
And you said yourself, I mean, you've experienced it, I did as well. I think we all come into that role at some point.
It's natural.
It is, it is. Now, there's a lot of different things that caregivers do. What does a normal caregiver's day look like to you?
So typically, if you have a family member helping a loved one, they're spending about 20 hours a week outside of their normal routine. So outside of their work hours, outside of helping their children with homework, outside of extracurricular activities. They may be providing medication management for their parents. It might be a spouse providing help to a spouse, but that the day takes on a different purpose. So caregiver might be fixing meals, taking over driving, laundry, driving to doctor's appointments.
Okay, well, I have a few questions here that I would like to ask our viewers so they know if they're actually in jeopardy of being not mindful of themselves. Is that fair to say?
It is. Sometimes you're caught up in caregiving and you don't take time to think about your own health.
Okay. So the first question is, have you had a physical or been to a doctor in the last 12 months? The second, have you done something socially in the last 30 days? And the final question is, do you spend at least 30 minutes 3 times a week exercising? Now, what should those answers be?
They should be yes, because caregivers put themselves on the back burner, and I did it, and I know you did it. And the outcome of that can be tragic. 30% of caregivers actually pass away before the person that they're caring for.
My goodness.
It's a staggering statistic. It happened with my mom and dad. If caregivers unintentionally can be causing damage to their own health by not paying attention to those social cues, taking time to be social, attending their doctor's appointments, taking care of themselves so they can help their loved one. And then exercising and good nutrition. Caregivers tend to have poorer nutrition. They tend to not exercise as much, and they tend to skip doctor's appointments for themselves because they're busy transporting their loved one and their children and everybody else to their appointments.
Now, is there help out there that you would give to families for advice?
There is, and the number one thing I would say is accept help. So oftentimes a family member, a relative, a neighbor might come over and say, do you need help? Can I offer assistance? It's okay to take it. I know we're all very prideful,
Yes.
and sometimes we say, no, we don't need help. But it's important to let the help in to your life for your own good, because other people may recognize the stress you're experiencing, and when you're caught up in the caregiving, you don't realize it. It's part of your life, and you love it, and it is a labor of love.
Yeah.
I wanted to give you a quick update on what we are doing with our residents in our assisted living communities here in town. We are keeping everybody safe. We are practicing social distancing. We are keeping residents engaged. At this time, we are not allowing visitors, but we are doing virtual tours, and we are taking new residents in who are in need of care with some very strict guidelines. So if you have anybody that you know, or maybe a family member who needs assisted living or memory care, please reach out to me. I can get you connected with the appropriate community. And also, we are doing an Inspired campaign right now. Not all of our residents have family members in town, and we are asking community members who want to get involved if they could write a letter to a resident and just say resident at Inspired Living Sarasota or resident at Inspired Living Hidden Lakes. We will get those letters to residents who need a touch from somebody, and they will greatly appreciate it. At the same time, we are doing Inspired Caregivers. So if you just want to thank a caregiver, let them know you're thinking about them. They are coming to work every day. They are on the front lines, making sure everybody is safe and happy. They would greatly, greatly appreciate a communication from the outside as well. And I just want to remind everybody, during this time, please continue to practice social distancing. It really is saving lives. And together, we will all get through this.
Body Balance Sarasota is changing the way you lose weight with their state-of-the-art LED light technology. And here with more on this local spot is owner Betty Troyer.
I am so excited to be here. I cannot wait to tell you everything about Body Balance. There's so much to tell you that I can only touch in on a couple subjects today. But what we are is we are a non-invasive, no downtime, no recovery time fat loss spa. We're not weight loss, because there is a difference. And a lot of people don't realize that, but there is a difference. We utilize red light technology to literally melt body fat. And that is so exciting.
Yes.
It will put your body fat in instant fat burning mode. And it's so exciting to do that for people. And it's head to toe. So when you actually go into a bed, and it's not a tanning bed, so the light shines on you, but it doesn't tan your skin. And it's head to toe or targeted. You can actually target it. Like if you just want to lose the midsection, you just let the light shine on there. You can do that.
So do you direct the lights when you're actually in there in the bed?
Absolutely. The customer does.
Yes.
We don't do that. Because you're in a room by yourself. Nobody's working on your body. You're totally by yourself. You're in a spa-like setting, and we have soft music playing in the background, and you just lay there for 20 minutes and relax. You decide where you want to shine the light and what you want to do. It's head to toe or target, whatever you want to do.
I love it. I love it. Now, you said there's a difference between fat loss and weight loss.
Absolutely, there is a difference.
What's the difference?
So the difference is when you lose weight, you go on a diet, you lose weight. You get off the diet, what happens? You gain it back. And then you go on a diet, you lose weight. What happens? You gain it back. So you're on this up and down, up and down. And it's really not healthy for the body to do that. But when you do fat loss and you do red light therapy, you actually lose the fat, you lose the inches and not the weight. So therefore you get long-term results.
Okay, you're shrinking
and you
the fat,
actually
right?
shrink. You shrink your fat cells, you shrink your body, and you lose inches, and you get fat in a fat burning mode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about stubborn fat and what you do to do this, do you diet in conjunction with it, or is it two separate things?
Well, that's why we say that dieting doesn't work, because of the yo-yo. You're up and down, you're up and down.
Right.
So that's why we try to tell people, be more consistent and go for fat burning and not weight loss.
Okay.
You get more long-term results.
All right.
And when you do the exercise,
Yes.
what happens is, I ask people this all the time. Do you go to the gym? And I get the same answers. I go for 30 minutes, 45 minutes.
Right.
When you exercise for 30 minutes before your body hits fat burning mode.
To begin
only for it to work. Only then, anytime after 30 minutes, then you're going into actual fat burning mode. People don't know that. So they're spending huge amounts of time at the gym, but they're not in fat burning mode.
Right.
So when you
really
come
benefiting.
Exactly. So when you come and you do the red light, then you are in fat burning mode. And you're not working out for 30 minutes before you get there.
Okay, so that in fact actually helps when we say diet. You don't really have to diet, you just have to get your body prepared to do the exercise, and that's what Body Balance does.
There's a science behind it, and we understand it. And we teach that to you.
Okay.
And that's where you can target stubborn fat. People say, I go to the gym, I have great abs, but I still have this little pouch here.
Right.
What can I do about it? And yes, we absolutely can take care of that.
Okay. Now, obviously, you're very passionate about this.
Very much.
And I know we've talked, and you've done months of studying and research on this. Tell us why you're so confident in this technology.
I am not only confident, but I absolutely know it works, because I have seen results. I have seen what it does, and I know that it works. It is unbelievable what it can do. It can do body contouring, stubborn fat. You can actually get rid of stubborn fat. You have stubborn fat on the legs, but you're fine everywhere else. We can take care of that. You have stubborn fat in more areas. We can take care of that. So we can do all of that.
And do you have a success guarantee on this?
We absolutely do.
And do you really?
Yes, we do. There's actually a couple guarantees I can give you today.
Okay. All right.
We will guarantee inch loss. We know it works. We will guarantee that if you call us, we will have a team of people there. We understand your frustration. We know what you're going through. We absolutely know. So we guarantee that we are there for you. You're going to get great customer service.
I just love it, and I think it's cutting edge, and I need to get in there, so we'll see you soon.
It absolutely is, yes.
Thank you, Betty.
Thank you.
Aging is inevitable, but there are practical steps you can take to help you look and feel younger. Our next guest has over 15 years of experience in the beauty industry and is sharing insider tips in her book, Age with Audacious Confidence. Joining us now is beauty and style expert Alicia Curry.
Hi.
Hi. Well, we saw you recently on Suncoast FYI, and when we had you there, we talked about your beautiful achievements and awards, and wanted to have you back today. But just give our viewers a recap in case they missed this. What is this all about, and what did you do to earn it, Alicia?
Last November, I represented the state of Florida in a national pageant for Women of Achievement in California. And for the very first time, went to a pageant and won the crown for Mrs. United States Woman of Achievement. So,
and all of these accolades
yes,
as
and
well.
I won also for my speech, because we had to do a speech or a talent. So I did a speech, and I won an award for my speech. I also won for Miss Photogenic and for my platform, which is Audacious Confidence.
And that's what your book is about.
And that's what my book is about, yes. age with audacious confidence.
All right. And feel younger. I like it.
Look and feel younger.
Okay.
Yes, in the process. So I have 21 plus tips in here.
Okay. What made you decide to go from which happened first? I guess
The book happened first. Yes, the book
okay.
happened first, and I was always asked when I was in the beauty industry. I'm not so much in it anymore, but when I was always working with women who would always complain about things about themselves, and then they would always turn to me and say, oh, well, you're so young, you don't know what I'm talking about. And I said, well, I'm in my 40s. Well, now I'm 50. But I was like, I'm in my 40s. So, and they were always, well, what do you do? What do you do? So that's kind of why I wrote the book, because
I want to know what you do.
For 20 years, I was asked, what do you do to look so young?
Oh, wow.
So I wrote the book about my own, mostly my own experiences, but also some research that I did based on my experiences to kind of help put validity behind what it is I was doing.
Okay, well, there you go. Now, I want to know what your secrets are, because you look amazing.
Thank you so much.
Seriously, I mean, we haven't seen each other now in a couple of years.
Yes.
Pretty close.
Yeah, about 2
Haven't
years.
changed.
Thank you.
You look lovely. Now,
So,
in your book, you have 21 steps.
I have
that
21
you're gonna
tips.
share?
Yes, I have
Okay.
21 tips from me, and then I have some other tips from about 5 other women who are in their 70s, 60s, 50s, etc. So these are all tips that are
From
people
them
are really
in
doing.
the book.
Mhm.
Okay, so are you going to tell us any of them
I have
today?
3 tips for you today.
Okay.
So the first one is about collagen.
Collagen. Yes, yes, yes.
So collagen is something in your body that it is part of your bones, your muscles, your skin, your organs, your connective tissue. It is in every part of your body, but from the age of 30, it starts depleting and declining. And the first signs of it is, of course, the fine wrinkles that you see, because your skin, being the largest organ in your body, that's where you'll see it first. Okay. So there are some things you can do to help boost your collagen, not just topically. You know, they have all these creams and lotions and potions you can put on, but you really want to start building your collagen from the inside.
Sure, which makes sense.
Yes, so you can eat things like dark leafy vegetables, omega-3s that are in fish, salmon and tuna. You can also eat berries that are antioxidants, orange vegetables like carrots and sweet potatoes. You know, all these things, red vegetables, tomatoes and beets, they all have vitamin C, vitamin A, lycopene. Those things help boost your collagen. I have a lot more in the book, a lot more foods that you can eat that help boost your collagen. But also marine, there's marine collagen now. Marine collagen, it's a supplement that you can take, and it's the highest form of collagen that you can actually ingest, and it's very absorbable into your body.
Is it basically like an
It's like a powder
fish oil?
It's not a fish oil. It's they have fish oil in it, but it's plant-based too.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, now you brought a couple other things
Yes.
that we need to be aware of. Obviously, we all need to wear sunscreen. What do you recommend?
Another thing that depletes your collagen faster is sun exposure. Sun exposure, smoking, and sugars. Any diet high in sugar will deplete your collagen. So you want to protect yourself from the sun. So there are some natural alternatives like wheat germ oil, carrot oil, coconut oil that you can put on your skin that helps protect you from the sun. But the SPF on that is like SPF 15 or lower, so you have to keep reapplying. There is this company, and you can find this on my website too. It's called Third Rock Sunblock. It is actually, they said food grade edible. It's non-toxic.
Wow.
It's a non-toxic sunscreen. So for those of you with kids or elderly, you want to use a sunscreen that is non-toxic. And this one is an SPF 35. So it's Third Rock Sunblock. And then, you know, always wear a big hat, protect your neck, protect your face, and wear clothes that are light in color because they will reflect the sun.
Right.
And there are also clothes now with sunscreen, built-in sunscreen. So if you're a sports enthusiast, find clothes that have sunscreen in them too.
Right. The SPF 30 I mean,
Yes.
the shirts that they have now.
Absolutely.
And what else do you have with
So
you for your
the other
hair?
thing about aging, yes,
Yes.
is our hair.
Yes.
So our hair, you know, it's like to gray or not to gray, right? That is the big question. So these days, a lot of stars are going all gray, no matter their age. They're going all gray, and it's it looks beautiful. So if you want to grow out your hair and you want to get back to your natural gray, you can actually go to the salon and have them strip the color out of your hair and do the whole thing gray instead of waiting for it to grow out and then cutting it, you know, to go gray.
Right.
The main thing about hair is that make sure that it's healthy and it's shiny and it's bouncy. You know, so there are things in between that you can use, like these root touch-ups, between colorings. If you don't want to go gray, I'm fighting it. I'm fighting that battle every single day. And then also your hair thins out sometimes when you start aging. So, you know, there are hair extensions that you can wear. There are clip-in ones. There are wigs. There are things that you can use now that don't tell your age anymore, because even gray hair becomes stylish.
Absolutely.
You know, Helen Mirren. Look at Helen Mirren. She's
They look lovely.
fabulous.
Yes.
You know.
I'm not that bold yet.
I'm not there yet either. I mean, my audacity is not to go all gray yet. But I think I'll strip the entire color and do it all in one instead of waiting for it to
I like that.
to
I
grow out.
hadn't thought of that before. Well, thank you so much for being here today. It's delightful to see you,
Thank
and
you.
hopefully maybe we'll get you one more time or two.
I
before the
hope
show
so.
ends.
I'll be happy to come back and talk about some more tips in the book. And again, it's available on Amazon.
Great. Thanks, Alicia.
You're welcome.
Thank you for joining us on Aging Gracefully, and find more episodes throughout the season on snntv.com. Join us next time for more tips on living a happy and healthier life.